So this week during their retreat, Mecklenburg County leaders are deciding how to address the youth violence and mental health crisis. The annual budget retreat comes amidst a statewide shortage of resources for psychiatric care. WCNC Charlotte's Julie Kay, covering all things politics, is talking to an organization who is seeking solutions directly impacting and making an impact rather on the community when it comes to the youth mental health crisis.
Yeah, Nick, absolutely. And I feel like I talk a lot about government issues and shortages that we have. This is one of the rare occasions I get to talk about someone doing something well. So this is Youth Villages. It's a nationwide nonprofit. They operate in many different states, working with at-risk youths in different capacities. But their office here in Charlotte is really interesting because they are kind of tackling head-on that psychiatric bed shortage, the resource shortage when it comes to, nurses and people that actually operate those beds. Something that we've seen addressed multiple times now at the state level, and we have a new committee working to address shortages within not just the mental health resource area, but also how that interacts with the justice system. But the way that they operate here, particularly with youth, is they have something called the Intercept program. So it's an effort essentially to keep kids in their home as long as possible. I spoke with the regional director of the Charlotte offices here for Youth Villages, and she explained it as if it's a short-term solution to send someone to a psychiatric bed. Sometimes they need it for safety purposes, but that's maybe 60 days maximum in some cases that they're being cared for. And then they get out and they go to a family that does not know how to maybe deal with someone who just went through something like this or doesn't have the same resources that people in that facility might have to take care of someone. So the Intercept program that they have based out of here is working with the entire family to come up with an individualized program that works for the youth that is at risk, as well as the siblings, the family, getting that whole dynamic together to hopefully keep the family together as long as possible. That has benefits, of course, in other ways to not split up families when they're going through something like this, but also in turn, it helps with that resource shortage when it comes to the county level, the state level. You mentioned the county retreat. That was a big chunk of yesterday. I talked a lot about housing with you yesterday, but the afternoon portion was talking about youth mental health and how that interacts with juvenile justice system, which is a huge overlap, and pretty much every expert they had on that panel agreed that that is kind of the missing piece here is mental health resources and how do we connect youth to those. So this is a nice piece to, find solutions, find how people are actually finding these solutions without maybe some of the resources that would be nice to have at the government level. But that's not to say that, the county and the state aren't working really hard to try and figure that out as well. And it sounds like these are both recent developments too. We're having recent meetings in Mecklenburg County and at the state level. So hopefully some more news will come shortly as well.
All right, Julie Kay there live for us.